In this video we're going to tackle polishing the frets. Now I wish I'd done this before I took the strings off. These are very rough and very dull. So what you're going to need today is some low tack masking tape, available from, where did I get my last lot from? Wilkinson's, pound shops, anywhere like that, and some Autosol metal polish. That's the best you can get, really. There are other ones available, but I use Autosol. I can do the whole neck with 4 bits of paper. What we're going to do, mask there, and mask there. Okay, so when I'm masking up, I'll use 2 bits of paper and put one either side of the fret. I'll use these 2 bits of paper then right way up the neck, rather than masking off the entire fretboard, which can be an absolute pain. So you just want yourself, so we can do this for a second, just a little bit of Autosol on the end of a rag. That's way too much. Just put them on. That's way too much. But just want to give it a good rub for about 10 seconds. And just buff them off. And hopefully you should see the difference between that fret and those frets. There's a lot better shine on that one. And we do that up the entire neck. So we're just going to move these bits up as we climb up the neck. Sorry if the camera's wobbling like hell. Just make sure your fingers go in over the curve of the fret as well. Again, just about 10 seconds, and then buff it up with a clean bit of cloth. And then you're on to the next one. Now when you've worn up this side, turn it around and use the other side. That way you're saving quite a bit of masking tape. I mean, if you used the roll to do the entire neck, then yeah, you can go through quite a lot of masking tape. So I tend to find this way is, for me, is quicker and easier, because like I said, when you get to these bits you've got to cut it to fit, which is a bit of a pain. So if I want to turn around now, I said you should take 4, 6 at the most bits of masking tape to get it to the top. So we're approaching the top end now, and as you can see the difference between, there's my finger, the fret that's been done and the next one that I'm moving on to. Notice the difference, you know, in shine between one to the other. You know, see these frets this side that have been done compared to these ones that are yet to be done. See you in a minute. Okay, so I managed to get to the 14th fret with the first 2 bits of paper, and I flipped over then to 2 new pieces. So I've got the last 3 frets to do. So I thought you could join me on my journey doing those. Touch Autosol. This is a lot easier than trying to cut little bits to fit in there. Just do 1 fret at a time. Not in any rush anyway, you want to get this job done nicely, so take your time. So you take your time, this is actually quicker doing it this way. Okay, you're joining me now for the last couple of frets. I managed to get to the 14th fret with the first two bits of masking paper. Masking tape, I should say. And you can see as you get these top frets, it's so much easier and so much quicker to just do this rather than trying to mask up the whole lot at once, because when you've masked it all up, then you've got to take it all off as well. And when it's stuck to the neck and all over the shop, it's a bit of a pain. So this technique I find is quicker, easier, and more cost effective. So just on the final fret now. There we have it. Just buff that off. And there we are. Find a nice, if you got one, find a nice clean bit of cloth. Let me try and do the zoom on this. Yep. Just try and get a clean bit of cloth, and then, oops. So the only problem when you've got a crappy camera and you're working in the kitchen, just give it a rub down. This is a final kind of buff. And then there we have it. The frets now have gone from being dull and horrid and scratchy to being nice and shiny and smooth. So that'll make bending your strings a lot nicer.